Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, this is fresh off the presses. Your attorneys are in big trouble. They just destroyed any chance that you are going to get out on bail. And that little hearing that y'all had yesterday, you made a fool of the judge. The judge is hot. The judge is bothered. There were lies told in court. Y'all, we have the receipts. And guess what? The judge actually issued a memo telling Diddy's team, you better come up with these articles that you claim exist. If not, there are going to be serious consequences. Y'all, let's get into this. Listen, when I read this, I said, did Diddy's people really just lie to a judge, or did Diddy lie to his attorneys? It don't matter, because one way or the other, baby, it is going down, and not in a good way, which means we'd love to see it. Okay, so what happened? If you don't know, yesterday, Diddy's team made a whole big thing about his fifth, his sixth, his Fourth Amendment rights. They've been trampled. We demand justice for our guy, right? It was so bad. The judge was like, wait, what? Come here, and held an emergency hearing to actually weigh. Again, we live in the United States of America. They take constitutional things very, very seriously. He was saying fourth, the fifth, I think, was illegal search and seizure, the Sixth Amendment. There was all this stuff going on, okay? Diddy's lawyers actually said that those notepads were attorney-client privilege because they had pictures of it, and they were clearly marked legal. If you guys remember the live I did yesterday, if you don't, please go check it out. I made a big deal out of, just because something's marked work product doesn't make it work product, but it does create a burden of proof. And the other side, the prosecution, has the burden of proving it's not really work product. They said it was going to go for a hearing. They literally stood in front of the court. Yana, Mark Agnifilio. But listen, Mark Agnifilio, if he's talking, you better check those receipts. Yana, this is a travesty. The U.S. Attorney's Office was like, Your Honor, can you please? Now, tattletales. Did we not call it yesterday? Everybody said. And 2 days ago, everybody said we was lying. We was making stuff up. But did we not say that that was a lie? That those notebooks were not marked legal. They weren't marked work product. So where is this coming from? I literally said, why is it? I understand why the judge is being so lenient, because he doesn't want to get a mistrial. But I kept saying, I'm hearing that there was nothing marked as work product. Diddy's attorney said they were. I said, okay, well, they would know because they talked to the filter team. The filter team, that's the team to make sure that it's not trampling on anybody's constitutional rights, reviewed the material and said, no, it's not work product. There was a literal list that said to do, and he literally made a list of people he was going to bribe, harass, go after, and his media strategy. Well, guess what? Okay, Diddy's lawyers are in big trouble. Why are they in big trouble? Because Diddy's lawyers they lied to the judge. Now, hear me out on this. It looks like they lied. The judge issued a letter from the bench that is very, very serious, saying, y'all got till Friday to actually show us these documents that you called an emergency hearing on, that you stood in court and told us that it was all this stuff that we took your word for. And now we see that there's no evidence, y'all. Diddy's lawyer is a bit shooken, but it looks like it's going to happen. Okay, really quick. Let's get into this. I just wanted to be on live for a little second because I don't want to make a video. I wanted you guys to actually be involved in this. Also, hey, L. Edwards. Hey, Diane Matthews. What's going on? Hey, Chris Y. Hey, KK Mystery. Hey, T. Hey, Ann Brown. How are you? And hey, Dennis B. Anning. Okay, so let's get into this, right? And Chris Y, if I didn't say it. Oh, and Aqua Blue. What's up? And Kai Mystery. Okay, so let's get into this, okay? This is hot off the presses. Shout out to the Inner City Press. They said Diddy just docketed 2. Judge Subramanian, docket 72-1, includes photographs of 2 intact legal pads taken at the time of the Bureau of Prison sweep. If you remember yesterday, that was what the whole trial was about. The judge even said they couldn't use it because it was marked. Now, I do want to say one thing. Judge, you saw the photographs right there. Did you not see that they weren't marked, or did you take Diddy's legal team forward? If you did take their word for that it was there, and then later on your clerks looked and saw that it wasn't actually marked. Remember yesterday when we were on live and we said Diddy only has he only has like so many lives yet, so many get out of jail free cards, excuse the pun, because at the end of the day, you can do these stunt queen antics and they might work, but you can't run the same play on people more than one time. The fact that you made a fool of the judge, the fact that you have the judge writing letters from their bench, the judge is pissed. And this does not bear well to Diddy's team, because from now on, next time they pull a stunt queen, next time they try to mislead, that judge is going to be on it. He is not giving you room to breathe because you have shown that you will mislead. Now, there is a possibility that Diddy's team actually gave the wrong picture. And that's why it's not marked legal. And that's why the judge is saying, before I unleash hell on you, let's see if you can produce these pictures. But everybody's saying they can't. Just like they called us a liar, Saddletales. They said we was making up stuff. When we said our sources are telling us that there was nothing, those papers weren't marked legal. So if they weren't marked legal, where's Diddy's people getting this from? Are they manufacturing evidence? Seems like the evidence might not exist. Okay, so listen. The judge said there is no writing on the binding of either pad. Defense counsel should be prepared to give context of the legal label. This judge is pissed. He made an order as to Sean Combs in his November 19, 2024 letter to the court, filed prior to the hearing that same day. Defendant stated, this is Diddy, that a government investigator took photographs of several items, including intact pages from 2 different legal pads and ripped out pages of other legal pads. The letter also describes the legal pads in detail and argued that they were privileged in part because on top of his legal pads and notes, defendant has a folder marked legal, which put anyone on notice that everything along with the folder marked legal is attorney-client material. At the November 19th hearing, this is directly from the judge. At the November 19th, 2024 hearing, defense counsel presented the court with the intact legal pad with legal written on the binding, stating that legal label on this and on the other pads showed that they were clearly protected by attorney-client privilege and should not be in the government's possession. Now, here's the thing. Mark Agnifilio, Shapiro, and that other guy, Rico, Diddy's new dream team, submitted a pad showing this is what the pad looked like, and it's clearly marked legal. They were also demanding, Yana, we want to see what was taken. We want to see the photographs, Yana. Now it makes sense. Y'all wanted to see the photographs to see if your lie was going to stick. And then you said, you know what, F it. This man is paying for our 2nd, 3rd, 5th summer house. Just, because that's what Diddy do. They milking him. So they showed the judge a legal pad that said legal on top of it and was like, yo, this is what Diddy's used. And the judge was like, okay. And that is why the federal government could not use the evidence. Judge went back to his chambers, reviewed the evidence, and found out that they lied because none of the pictures looked like that legal pad. And there was nothing in those pictures submitted. There was nothing saying legal and nothing saying anything that his attorneys did. This was dumb. This was reckless. And this pretty much guarantees Diddy is going to have a hard time at trial. This isn't a mistake. Diddy's team demanded this emergency hearing. They're the ones that said this. This is why the government was standing there saying, Your Honor, it's not privilege. Your Honor, I don't know what they're talking about. Your Honor, the filter team. They literally tried to gaslight and lie to the judge. I think, from my opinion, could be a simple mistake, but baby, it's a hell of a coincidence. I also do think, real talk, that there's a real possibility that Diddy lied to his legal team, and that's why they were arguing with the judge. But we'll see about that. Let's get into this, right? Where were we? Okay. The court notes that the sealed exhibit to the government's brief at docket 72-1 includes photographs of 2 intact legal pads taken at the time of the borough of prison sweeps. Now, if you guys don't know what legal pads are, they don't have legal written on them. Y'all know they're the extra long pieces of paper that are usually yellow or white and they flip over like that. It is a legal pad. The legal pad is a size of paper. It doesn't make something legal, okay? There is no writing on the binding of either pad. At the scheduled hearing on Friday, November 22nd, 2024, defense counsel should be prepared to give the court further context of this legal label that the court was presented with at the November 19th, 2024 hearing, and to address why this label doesn't appear on the photographs in the court's possession and why it wasn't addressed in defendant's submission to the court made a few hours before the November 19th hearing. Signed, Judge Aaron. Y'all, Diddy ain't never getting out of jail. And that's good. And I'm glad that his BS is coming up with them. They submitted evidence saying this is what was found. This is an example of what was found. And what was found was nothing like that. That is why Mark Agnifilio, I believe, and again, this is all my opinion and speculation, just like it was my opinion and speculation yesterday when I said, my sources tell me that that it's not written on the paper. And even if it was, it still doesn't mean it's work product, but there was nothing marking those papers as legal. It seems like the judge, after he went in chambers and actually looked at the evidence, saw that it wasn't. Again, there are questions to be had, right? What's the first question? We're going to read the whole judge's letter. What's the first question? Why would you believe Diddy's lawyers? Again, I know he's a young judge and I know he thinks that there's a certain level of integrity that every lawyer will operate from, but law is a dirty, dirty game and you cannot give somebody an inch. Okay. So Diddy's team did get over on him. They took advantage of the fact that he is a younger judge. They took advantage of the fact that he had goodwill. They took advantage of the fact that he didn't know how grimy people are. However, Diddy's team made a fatal error. How could you get the judge not on your side? How could you make a fool of the judge? Again, there's a chance that there's some evidence that Diddy's team has that the federal prosecutor and the judge doesn't have access to. But right now, it looks like in court, they saw this. They demanded an emergency motion. They got an emergency motion less than 3 hours later. Again, constitutional violations. There was all this hoopla in the media. Let's not forget Diddy's team is paying off people to switch the narrative to be more pro-Diddy. All this hoopla in the media, it's going to be a mistrial. I heard it's going to be a mistrial. Did you hear it's going to be a mistrial? I think it's going to be a mistrial because of this binder. They submitted an example of the binder because the filter team still has it in their capacity of a binder that said legal, clearly stamped, and it had legal in the binder. They said this is exactly what the binder they photographed was. The judge said, okay, we're going to exclude that evidence. He went back and looked at it, which you should have looked at it before you made your ruling. Again, they made a fool out of the judge. This is not Bo Weissy. Nobody likes to be made a fool of, especially someone that can take your life in your hands. From now on, the judge is going to make them verify everything. And that's going to be a problem to Mark Agnifilio because that boy be yapping. He be yapping, right? Okay, so let's get back into the letter. 1 second, guys. Okay, so also the feds are not done arrested. All right. Who said that? Alice, let's block you. I get it. The Diddy bots are in full things. Alice wanted to say nobody's been arrested. This is all a sham. Just so you guys know. And again, the reason I'm doing this is not to pick on Alice's dumbass, right? It's not. It's the fact that Diddy's team has declared war. They've made it known, and TikTokers and influencers and bloggers have made it known that Diddy is trying to buy off people. They're trying to change the narrative. They're trying to do a sea of misinformation. They even tried to run this game on the court, a sea of misinformation. You take a little grain of truth, if even that much, you toss it all together, and then what do you have? He thinks he has a get out of jail free card. I will say this as a blogger. Believe no one. Do your own research. And when I say believe no one, put my name on the list too. believe no one. I believe my research, and what I believe can stand for itself. I don't need to defend it. Do your own research. Research what I'm saying. Double check and fact check. I'm giving my opinion, just like everybody else is. Just like Diddy's lawyers are getting their opinion, and the federal prosecutor is giving their opinion. But as we reach this new age where there are going to be so many people involved that they will lie, they will steal, they will cheat, and they might even to get what they want. And I'm not even talking about Diddy. I'm talking about all the celebrities and the powerful people associated that don't want to be involved. They don't want to get the smut of what they're actually doing bought the life. There's also going to be a lot of people doing things for a check, doing things for a clout, doing it because they can't talk about other BS anymore, right? All these little phantasmic stories they were telling about rescuing people from, they can't do that anymore. So when you see people that before were like, rah, 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 and now they in the back talk about some sis, boom, ba. Oh, well, why don't we talk about this? Baby, that might be why. Again, it's not to pick on Agnes B. It's the fact of, do we have to do our research? And until we get our research, I think it's best to withhold judgment. For instance, it's not true that this is a sham. No one's being arrested. Diddy, there was an ongoing investigation. That investigation would have gone on for more than a year. It takes a while. Diddy was caught tampering and trying to derail the investigation. Diddy is in jail while they are finishing their investigation. The same way, if you are arrested for murder, they're going to keep investigating and looking for more clues and seeing that if you have any co-conspirators, any help. This is a RICO organization. The arrests are coming. The superseding indictment is coming. To say it is a sham when the government and every other person has explained what's going on, well, to me, it either shows that you are being woefully ignorant or willfully oblivious, or you are a bot and you are paid to cause diversion. There are facts, there is speculation, there might even be leaks. But to say that even though the federal government has said in front of the judge that a superseding indictment is coming over and over and over, even though Diddy's team has admitted they expect superseding indictments, it is intellectually dishonest to come with that narrative. Again, I do believe that that was probably a bot, but that's my little PSA. Y'all, we gotta stay vigilant. Diddy is about to release his sea of misinformation. The bots, the paid actors, the people that are being blackmailed, and the people that are hoping that if they pledge fealty, right? If they pledge fealty to District 3, that they can actually get some of Diddy's renewed coins. That's what they are hoping for. Exactly. We got to keep our eyes open and we got to stay woke. Okay, let's get back into the judge's letter because he read them down. Why would they think they could get away with this? Again, this falls in the problem with the judge. The judge should have looked, and the prosecutor actually should have said, Your Honor, where is it marked legal? What are they talking about? But again, Diddy's team is shameless. And again, either Diddy's team was lied to or they lied to the judge, or there's some secret evidence that only they know about. We'll see. Victoria out of Harpending. Thank you so much, Victoria, for the super sticker. And Monet W said, Hey, Tisa, hey. Monet, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Hey, girl, hey. Shout out to Misha, in my opinion. All right, let's get back into it, shall we? This is huge, y'all. This is breaking to me. Okay, so anyway, right? Okay, so this is just a letter all over again where he is outlining what actually is going on. They're saying that the court is represented hearing on November 19th, 2024. This is about the hearing and to address why the label doesn't appear on the photographs in the court's possession. Y'all, that is legal speak for the judge saying, I'm on your ass and you better come with some answers. This is the equivalent of the judge looking at him. Remember when your parents used to speak to you through your teeth in public, like, you better sit down. That is the equivalent of the judge speaking through his teeth. But it's not over. It's not over. On top of that, y'all know Ray J is out here changing the story. Now I'm talking about he didn't see anything and he thinks everything is too fantastic to be believed, right? Now, I did a story about that. I'll post that later, but I do find it interesting and I do find it odd that through that Ray J stuff, the pictures of Meek Mill at that freak off, well, not the freak off, the birthday party that turned into a freak off because they said there was blood everywhere and used C words and all this other stuff, condoms and all this other stuff. Um, they're actually saying that the reason why Ray J's changing the story is one, Diddy paid him off. He sat down with Diddy's boys and he decided to get paid off. Two, Diddy is reminding everybody the same way he reminded Meek Mills, if you think I'm going down by myself, you must be crazy because you were my partner in crime. And baby, we got the receipts. And even if you weren't participating in anything illegal, baby, we have enough information to make sure that you are forever punished. Now, why do we think that this actually was Diddy that released it and not random? Because Diddy makes his own kids give up their cell phones when they get on the yacht. Diddy makes his own kids, like they're not even allowed to have phones. There's no way that anybody in a Diddy party, let alone a freak off, was allowed to keep their phones. The fact that they are releasing stills and pictures and this and that is yanking Meek Mill's chain. Okay, so where else are we? Hold on really quick, y'all. Let me just get into this, if I may. Let's see. Listen. Okay. Also, really quick, I'm going to run you guys through a list of all the cases that were filed against Diddy. There were 5 filed this morning. I did videos on most of them. There is one. An unnamed Texas woman claimed she was 17 years old and working as a model in 2004 when she was invited to one of Diddy's infamous Hamptons 4th of July parties, where she alleges she was sexually assaulted by the mogul while unconscious. She says he later threatened her career and said he ran New York and would ruin her if she spoke up. A Maryland woman said she attended a Halloween party at a Manhattan club in 2001 when she was 18 years old, where she met Diddy and his entourage, who then invited her and several friends into a limousine where they were allegedly rugged and forced to perform sloppy toppy on Diddy and members of his security team. Who was his security team in 2001? A Florida man said he was at a party with many recognizable public people in 2022 when he was escorted to a room, began to feel dizzy, and passed out, waking up to find Diddy raping him and saying, "This is what you want," before he lost consciousness again. His complaint says he woke the next morning and was escorted off the property by security. An unnamed former actor said he was traveling to Manhattan to meet with the music video casting director in 2001, where he drank a Diet Coke that tasted strange, passed out, and woke up to Diddy raping him while his bodyguard held him down. He later said he was assaulted by multiple people and later required severe medical procedures to physically recover the incident. A Georgia man said he was passed out after drinking what he believes to be a rugged alcohol at a house party hosted by Diddy and woke up finding himself to be raped by Combs. These are just 5 new lawsuits that have dropped in the last 12 hours. When they put that lawsuit on Tony Busby, it looks like he is dropping a lawsuit an hour. We're going to wait to see. We're also going to wait to see how he replies to whoever the John Doe is. To whoever the John Doe is, right? At the end of the day, right? Uh Listen, at the end of the day, I think it's important to note, y'all, Diddy is sunk. And I know they got their trolls out. And I know there are people that are apologists because they want to stand next to power at any cost, right? But it don't matter because the truth will always prevail. The truth, they can't lie their way. They can't spin this way. They can't bot their way. They can't buy their way out of it, right? Well, here's the thing. Royal Asia makes a good point. She said, so were the pics photoshopped or did they write legal on the documents after the fact? Here's what the judge is saying. And this falls onto the judge not doing his job. They showed him an example in court of an actual notepad that said legal, and this is what they confiscated. The judge took their word for it, And he said, okay, we're going to strike this from the record. But when the judge went back and his clerks or whoever reviewed the actual evidence, they saw that what was taken by the filter department was not what Diddy's team had presented. Diddy's team had photographs from the filter department. They knew what would have been confiscated. They knew what they presented to the judge was not the same thing, and they still presented it. That's why the judge said, I'm on your ass. You got until Friday to one. What were you talking about? Where are these evidentiary photos you picked up? Now, the judge has access to all this, so he can't find it. And they said, two, and why did you not address this? You purposely misread the court. They purposely misread, right? Purposely misread, right? Purposely misread. So in any case, right? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Diddy's RICO organization is going down. This stupid ploy they did, again, they said we was crazy tattletales. But when we said our sources are saying that notepad did not say legal and it wasn't marked. So what is Diddy's team talking about? It seems like there isn't any secret evidence. It seems like unless they can pull a Hail Mary by Friday that they made a fool of the judge. The judge should have checked, but I hope the judge has learned this lesson. Diddy is a trained liar. The lawyers are trained doing what they need to do to get their client off. At the end of the day, at court, it's not about what's true or not. It's about what you can prove. And it's about the way that you can distract and hide the ball. And that's what Diddy's team is skilled at doing. But like we said yesterday in the live, after we pointed out, our sources are saying there was nothing legal. Those documents weren't work product. That at the end of the day, you can only pull this type of stuff. You can only cry wolf so many times. You can only take so many bites of apple. The question is, did Diddy's lawyers know they were misleading the court when they said that? Is there secret evidence nobody except for Diddy's lawyer has proven these true? Or did Diddy lie to his attorneys and have his attorneys out there looking stupid? What is it? At the end of the day, the judge should have actually looked at the documents that were presented. When they showed him that notepad, he should have pulled up the pictures of the evidence and literally looked at them side to side. But it didn't. He thought he could trust Diddy's team, and Diddy's team ended up making a fool out of him. And now, most likely, they have made a lifelong enemy out of that judge because nobody appreciates being made a fool of. And at the end of the day, like with any lie, if you tell a lie, people will nod in your face, just like the judge said, okay. But later on, anybody that's intellectual, anyone that's knowledgeable, anybody that just wants to make sure, they're going to go back and verify it. And that's what the judge did. Afterwards, it was just probably something in the back of his head like, let me go check. And he probably told his clerks or whatever, yo, go over that evidence again. And they all went over the evidence and they could not find what the judge was what Diddy's lawyers were talking about. This is stupid. The plot does thicken, Charmaine. The plot does thicken. And it will continue to thicken. Almost like his name was Corey Gamble in those Silk the Chakra pajamas. But all jokes aside, this was a dumb move. But nevertheless, it was a move of a desperate person. And I will just say, and I know I keep saying it, I know you're like, Tisa, shut up. But I'm not. Because we need to be. They are paying off people. This isn't to say that someone, you don't agree with someone's opinion and being like, y'all think you got paid off. It's to say that when you see people that were the loudest out there it would be like y'all came to my channel and I said, hi, everybody. Upon further reflection, what really is the truth? I mean, do we really know what happened? I mean, some people say that Cassie was a victim, but I'm hearing something different. If I completely switched up or I started saying, well, you guys, no matter what he did, the feds don't got a right to do that. Y'all have the right to look at me sideways. because that's me switching up. You don't go from being that rah, rah, rah. I saw people kill. I saw people put in suitcases. I saw this and that, to being like, well, who really knows what the truth is? Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? In any case, right? Facing Truth said Diddy's legal team has no other options to defend him. The only thing they can do is try to slip through loopholes. But that's the thing with the loopholes. Even at the judge's order, I know the U.S. Attorney's Office was mad. And I know they walked back into that office and was like, what we gonna do now? No, I know they was mad. Nobody likes to lose, especially U.S. attorneys, because it was like even giving that concession. I know they looked through the evidence and they were like, what are they talking about? They might have been the ones to call the judge's office and be like, what are you talking about? We don't see any of that mess. They need to show proof. Again, did they know they were misleading the court, or did Diddy mislead the court? And let me just finish my takeaway. You guys come closer. It's a very special episode of Tisa Tells. Oh, also Maggie. Maggie said, good morning, Tattletale fam. It's officially the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. The sleeping giant is wide awake and karma is coming to collect. Y'all want to hear something really weird? Because I'm going to tell it. Facing Truth, thank you again. Melissa Kreenan said, thank you so much again. I sent you a message on IG. All right, thank you, Melissa. I didn't mean to act so wrong that it didn't sound like a question. Love and respect for all you do. Okay, Melissa, listen, y'all, I'm on Blue Sky because it's less toxic than Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. If y'all want to hit me up, y'all can DM me on Blue Sky. I'm following everybody back this week. If I haven't followed you back, it's just because I haven't gotten around to it. It's a little bit hard to follow people, but don't worry. I'm going to follow back everybody that follows me this week. We are on Blue Sky, and as soon as they get that live option, it's going to be lit over there. But where was I going to say? Stay awake, and karma is coming to collect. You guys, let me tell you something. Do you know every time we talk about the Diddy trial, or we talk about gossip, or we talk about this, or we talk about that, people are like, it's just a distraction, as if they actually out there doing cold fusion. Shut yourself down, sit down and get with this gossip, because that's why y'all here too, right? And that's why I'm here, right? Because we can walk and chew gum. But when we talk about distraction, how come nobody's talking about the fact that the U.S. Congress is actually having hearings right now on actual life, actual aliens on Earth right now? This isn't some conspiracy theory. This isn't a hooky loo. This isn't Google it. The U.S. government, I think it's in the Congress, is right now having congressional hearings on the fact that they have verified that there is extraterrestrial life on Earth. There are aliens on this Earth. So when people talk about distractions, it's where we've turned into upside down world, where they're now, all these things that they told us for years didn't exist, this and that. They are now just acting like, oh yeah, we're having congressional hearings because, oh yeah, did you hear aliens exist? Now we can talk about the presidential election. We can talk about what's going on overseas. We can talk about even the Diddy trial. But why is everybody not being like, wait, what? There are aliens and there's congressional trials happening right now. I'm just saying. Also, if anybody shops at Costco's, we know it's not Diddy because he doesn't have baby oil. This just pops up on my Google alerts. Costco is recalling approximately 80,000 pounds of butter over an undeclared allergen. What type of undeclared allergen? Costco's recalling 80,000 pounds of butter. So if you bought butter from Costco's, yeah, 80,000 pounds of butter distributed in Texas and sold at Costco's. The recall includes 1,300 cases of 16-ounce 4-stick packs of Kirkland Signature unsalted sweet cream butter and 900 cases of Kirkland Signature salted sweet cream butter. The FDA classified the recall as a class 2 because the butter's label didn't specify inclusion of one key ingredient, milk. Anyway, listen, it's being recalled. Anyway, sorry, guys, off topic. Let's get back into this. Yeah, listen, as we go into the Diddy trial, trust no one. Everybody, no matter what they say, even news reporters, even on the news, everyone, every victim, every accuser, everybody that is being accused, every newscaster, every newspaper article, and everybody is giving their opinion giving their research, giving their speculation, giving their 2 cents. Okay? The only thing that will actually be proven as fact is in a court of law. Until we get to the actual trial, no one can definitively know what is what. That said, you guys are smart enough to do the research. I mean, come on, Tattletales. We a smart bunch. We do the research. We do this. Trust no one. And my name is on that list too. We are entering officially into the age of Diddy misinformation. And that man, that monster, that demon, that devil, he ain't going down without swinging. And he will take everyone and everything down. And he got enough money to do it. Baby, people have done it for less. Anyway, y'all, listen, let me get out of here. I actually got to get out of here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, Facing Truth said that explains it. Diddy must be an alien. His behavior is beyond diabolical. Facing Truth, I know aliens are like, don't put that mug on us. We don't be having freak offs in space. We're enlightened people. Please, 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 please. Diddy ain't no alien. Don't put that on them. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. It was exciting news to me. This is going to be a heavy upload day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, bye.